City versus Arsenal, the big game, one of the biggest games of the season so far, probably the biggest. Massive game, like I said. Title implications on the line. Game preview, let's go. This is a huge game. City could go top with a win. And this is like the City versus Liverpool game in 2018-19 in January, which we won. And then we went on like a mad winning streak soon after to win the title. That's how big this is, I feel. We could go top, although they have a game at hand. But we would have beaten them twice in the space of a couple of weeks. They've been dropping points since we beat them last. Their mentality couldn't be in the mud. Yeah, let's get through it. I didn't do a preview for the most recent Spurs game because I'd already done one a couple of weeks before and nothing really changed. But with this one, we played Arsenal a couple of weeks ago in the FA Cup, but loads has changed since then. We probably have a different lineup from both City and Arsenal, although I didn't think we would have changed much at the time. We played our strongest team at the time, or the team that Pep seemed to be playing at the time. But things have changed differently. Mentality between the two teams has changed differently now. So yeah, that's why I'm doing a preview for this one. So we beat Arsenal 1-0 in the FA Cup. They had a more heavily rotated side than we did. I think we'd maybe just Ortega out. I think that was it. But changes we've made now have been significant. Go run through both the teams in a second. But I want to just shout out mentality wise. Since we beat Arsenal last, they have dropped loads of points. We'll see in their most recent results as well. They've dropped a lot of points since we beat them. They were on a tear before we beat them. So yeah, the tide has changed now. Arsenal are on the way down, and with the last game we won, by the Spurs blip, we won 3 before that, and then we lost to Spurs. That's usual though. Then we won the last game, so we're kind of on the way up. The way Pep has been changing the team as well, like I said in my previous video, he's slowly but surely getting the team together, so we seem to be on the way up while Arsenal are on the way down. It so happens that we can go top as well with a win. Yeah, this is a huge game and it's very interesting, the switching stories between the FA Cup game and this one. Is it a must-win game? It's a can't lose game anyway, that's for certain. We have to play Arsenal again anyway, but is it a must-win? We could definitely draw it, and then I'll just look at the table and we'll see what's what. Let's just see on the table here now. Arsenal are currently 3 points ahead of us with a game in hand. We go top just in goal difference. Is that it? Yeah, goal difference. That's it. So yeah, if we draw, it's still 3 points, and they have a game in hand. We need them to drop points in that game in hand anyway, and then we'd have to beat them at Arsenal as well. So a draw could be okay, but we should be going out for the win, especially with the mentality of both teams at the moment. Arsenal on the way down, as I said, City on the way up. But yeah, that's the table. Arsenal on 51 points. They were on 50 points after 19 games. So what? Yeah, a loss and a draw since then. That makes sense. Like 50 out of 19, that's Centurions kind of form. Just going to go back to City's last couple of games now. We know that because I do it every game. But City versus Aston Villa, 3-1 win. Great win, like I said in the last video. 1 loss against Tottenham Hotspur, not good. Then 1-0. So 2 games ago, we played Arsenal. We beat Arsenal 1-0, and they've dropped points in 2 games since. So yeah, and I think I said in the Arsenal preview before that game, could we knock their mentality a bit with a win? We've just done that. That seems to have what happened. We could do it again. We could leave their mentality in the ruins with a win here. 3-0 win against Wolves, 4-2 against Tottenham, 2-1 against Man U. That's a couple of games. But last 5, now we just stick with the last 5. 4 wins and a loss in the last 5. Kind of getting back to winning ways. And I think, what was it? It's in the last 6, it's 4 wins and 2 losses in the last 6 in the Prem. It's looking a little bit better. In 2 games time, hopefully we get this United loss out of the way there. But yeah, Man City looking good coming into this game. I'd say they're the favourites betting wise in this game. Although Arsenal at home, are we better away? I'm not too sure. I don't think so actually. But yeah, let's look at Arsenal's form, see what they're at. As I said, the 2 games since this loss right here has been a 1-0 loss against Everton. Sean Dyche working his magic. Yeah, and then 1-1 against Brentford. Brentford, a good team. They beat us already. But yeah, thank you Brentford. Even Tony doing the business, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, as I said, dropped the 2 points. Then, oh yeah, so they've actually drawn last 2. Good win against United, good win against Spurs, then the FA Cup. But they'll draw against Newcastle, so just out of the last 5, they've won 2, lost 2 and drawn 1. Very bad form for Arsenal. Are they crumbling a little bit now? As I keep saying after we beat them, if they lost any other team like Everton, that may not mentality-wise shake them up because Everton, that's just a fluke. But losing to Man City, who are hot in their trails, that could play on the minds of the Arsenal players a bit more, just because it's like, oh, the boys were in a title race and actually just beat us. So are we as good as we think we are, sort of thing. Whereas if it's Everton, it's like, yeah, they're not actually as good as us. It was just a one-off situation. But yeah, a loss versus Man City though is a lot different because, like I said, they're in a title race. And if we definitely beat them this time, their heads should drop even further. So yeah, hopefully it does. And we get back on track for the title. United be hoping for a City win as well because they're doing quite decent. Although, do they keep dropping points as well? I think they won last time. Let's look at United. United are 2 points behind us with a game in hand. So yeah, their form, won the last, drew, won, lost, drew. So their form is worse than City's, kinda. 3 wins, we 4 wins, 2 losses. They have 2 draws and a loss. So faulty form at the top of the table. Newcastle have gone, wow, they've gone well off the boil. Tottenham, I don't know how they're still up here. They've played 23 games, that's why. Liverpool aren't actually as bad as, oh yeah, oh crikey. They haven't won in 4 games. Jeez, but they've only played 20 games, so they're 3 behind. So realistically, they could be 7th. Like if they get 2 wins, they're 7th, basically. 2 wins out of 3 and they're 7th. Although they've dropped points in the last 4 games. Lost 3 and drawn 1. Crikey, they're on it. They can keep dropping down for all I care. I don't like Liverpool. Yeah, but as most City fans don't like it, but yeah. Let's look at whose squad should we look at first. We go with Arsenal this time because theirs was the most changed. I was almost spot on with my prediction. I predicted Trossard and a couple of the fullbacks in the last one, but Aaron Ramsey to come back in for Turner, I think it was. Alexander Zinchenko left back, Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White, usual back 4 for Arsenal. Maybe not the usual back 4 that played us in the FA Cup. Very different from the FA Cup centre back pairing. But yeah, this is their Prem back 4. This is also their Prem midfield, and that's their Prem front line, apart from Nketiah for Gabriel Jesus, but he is out injured. The only arguable one is maybe Martinelli for Trossard. I've seen some Arsenal fans wanting Trossard into the team. Martinelli's been on pretty iffy form recently. I just took him out of my fantasy team. I had him in for a while. I brought him in for Saka, to be fair. Saka got an assist the weekend, so that kind of worked out. But yeah, Trossard played well against City in the FA Cup tie, so this one right here is the only one I'm debating whether he'll play or not. The rest of the team pretty much picks themselves unless there's injury wise or whatnot, but the rest of that team basically plays itself. Yeah, that's still the solid Arsenal team. Eddie Nketiah just brought him on my fantasy team just because Arsenal played 2 game weeks. Eddie being fit, he was firing goals left, right, and centre in the last couple of weeks. Of course, he didn't score though. Hopefully, he doesn't score against City. I wouldn't mind him if he drops a stinker and gets 0 points. But yeah, let's go to the City side that has to face this top of the table leading Arsenal. This is what I've gone for. Ederson goal, obviously. Ortega just doesn't seem to be able to get a game. Ederson stank it up for the Aston Villa goal, although he made some decent saves after that. Philip Coutinho's standard long range shot almost went in. That was mad. But yeah, Bernardo Silva played at left back, inverted into midfield. Bernardo Silva may keep that place on the side, but Nathan Ake did so well against Saka in the FA Cup. I kind of want him to play there again in a flat back 4. That's where he played. That against Arsenal, I'm pretty sure. He played left back in that game and tied up Saka fairly well. I want these 2 to come back in. I'm pretty sure Diaz is going to start just because he came off with a yellow. If he wasn't going to play against Arsenal, he would have just left him on, to be honest. But yeah, since he came off, that's a good sign from Pep that he's playing Diaz now. I think Laporte will partner him. I don't think Akanji will play there. Ake may play there with Bernardo Silva at left back, but I just think Pep's starting to learn from his mistakes with the back line, and I think hopefully this is what he goes with. Diaz and Laporte, I think they've won 15 out of 17 times they've played in the Prem together, losing once and drawing once. So yeah, it's a formidable partnership. Like Kyle Walker at right back, Rico Lewis, I'm not too sure. I think Rico Lewis would get torn up by Martinelli in my opinion. Kyle Walker is more adept to deal with him. Yeah, standard, these 2 standard in midfield. Rodri, although KDB got dropped for the Spurs game, which was a bit of a strange one. Not strange, but yeah, a bit of an unexpected one. That's the word. Rodri, back to a good performance. Last game he was like first in every stat, like goals, chance created, tackles, passes. Man was on form last game, so he's obviously keeping his spot. Rumours about Phillips deciding his future in the summer. That's not good for him, but I've been saying it for a while. He's not, I don't know if he's City standard. He probably is, but he's had a bad run of form. The whole weight thing, fitness issues, injury issues. Yeah, he's definitely not getting in the side, that's for sure. The one stickler in midfield is Bernardo Silva or Ilkay Gundogan. Oh, see, Gundogan plays a lot higher up than Bernardo Silva, and I think against Arsenal you need Silva to be dropping deep, getting on the ball. Maybe playing like in here, dropping deep with Rodri, letting Kevin De Bruyne go forward a bit more, but then going against your goals. He got a goal against Aston Villa. Should have scored again against Aston Villa. He did score again, but that was disallowed. So he was very involved in the goals. Could he be dropping deeper for Bernardo Silva? Who knows? You can kind of just go for both of them, but I think maybe Silva gives you a bit more control, and his ability to just drop deep and drop anywhere to get on the ball could be vital against an Arsenal side. But yeah, I'm going to go with Silva on this one. Who knows, to be honest. But then we got Jack Grealish, Erling Haaland, Riyad Mahrez, the front three that we've been running with for a while now. They all seem to be in good form. Jack Grealish is probably in his best period at City. Erling Haaland, he's not injured, by the way. He trained with the City squad this morning. Yeah, the injury against Aston Villa last night is, well, it seems to be fine because he trained with City this morning, so that's good news. Riyad Mahrez, I don't know. Maybe Phil Foden can get in here. I don't think so though. I don't think Phil Foden, like, he only got a couple of minutes. He's not quite ready to start, especially against Arsenal. Only an on-form Phil Foden with a good couple of games under him after injury would probably get in the side. But I'm going with this front three and this 11 for the game against Arsenal. Hopefully it does the business. It should do the business. Let's just have a look at that Premier League table one more time. 3 points is all that's in it. They have a game in hand, but better to have points on the board. Kind of. I like games in hand as well if you're top of the table. Games in hand when you're top of the table a lot better than the whole points on the board thing, because you're still top of the table. But 3 points is all that's in it. Like I said, if we win, we go ahead on goal difference. That'll put so much pressure on Arsenal for that game in hand, like you wouldn't believe. And as we've seen after that FA Cup loss against us, they have dropped points in the last 2 games. So who knows? Aha! It's getting spicy at the top. We all thought we were down and out. Manchester City, we only come back from the dead, back in the title race. You love to see it. I want you to get the word that we back up. Although Man United are in this title race too, don't forget, although they've played a game in hand as well. But if you're thinking, if we can catch Arsenal, United can catch us as well. Because we're 3 points behind Arsenal with they have a game in hand. United are 2 points behind us, but we have a game in hand. So it's kind of a similar situation, but United are actually closer to us. But they're, I don't know. So if we can catch Arsenal, United can catch City. But then you're thinking 5 points behind with an Arsenal 2 games in hand. That seems a bit much. But in order for City to catch Arsenal, we cannot be dropping points. And United need us to drop points. So maybe, I don't know about that one. But yeah, doesn't matter about United. City in the title race against Arsenal on Wednesday. City versus Arsenal, biggest game of the season so far. That's probably the same situation every single week. But yeah, if we go top of the table, who gets the top of the league chant? Raheem Sterling is here no more. I kind of want it to be Lord Panic. Lord Panic, he's top of the league. There's a ring to it. The Panic on the streets of London. Good new banner. Crowd was decent against Villa, by the way. Away support is going to be roaring ready at Arsenal. Our away support is class, to be fair. But yeah, City versus Arsenal Wednesday night. Be there. Title implications on the line. We're ready to take back our throne at the top of the table. Destroy Arsenal's morale. They'll be in the mud. We'll be top of the table. Back where we belong. So yeah. What am I going for prediction wise? Oh, tough one. Arsenal away. They're top of the league. Although we're getting to a bit of form. What will I go for? I'm going to go for a kind of big. I'm going to go a 3-1 win to Man City. Erling Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne, and Rodri with the goals. That's what I'm going for. So yeah, what do you make of this game? What do you think the score will be? Do you think we'll get back to the top of the table? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And in the words of Michael Chandler, I'll see you at the top. Peace.